Okay, James, he's the oldest of the grandchildren. And he was always the brightest one, and very caring, loving. You couldn't ask for a better boy than him. He was just perfect in every way, sort of thing. He's what every mother would hope for her son, pretty much. Um, Always with a smile on his face, and very friendly to everybody, very helpful. And then, of course, then Children and Families comes in and takes him. And the smile suddenly disappears.
This is 1 year later now, right?
This is 1 year later, and the smile disappears. The brightness in the eyes are gone, and he's more depressed. He's sad. And as the years go on, yeah, second year, it's the same thing. He's still sad, and he's even said that he's sad. And you can see the depression's coming in, and it's just heartbreaking to see something that was so beautiful just being crushed for no reason at all. Corinne, she was a very happy girl, and she did have some of her problems. She has ADHD, and we were starting to deal with that. And she was starting to really do good in school. And of course, when Children and Families took the kids, that was all they're doing is getting her onto the medications for ADHD and whatnot, and which was a load of crap because we had already started that. And we had noticed the improvements right away with her. She's not as bad as what the other ones are, but as you know, being when she was taken, but you could see the brightness out of her eyes also. And she tries to make everything look fine by smiling brightly at you and things like that, but you can see that it's not down to earth or from the heart smile. It's one of the, I'm getting my picture taken, therefore I'm going to smile, and that's it. After that, it's sort of dull. And a little bit later on, the second year, she's still looking the same. She has, she's a beautiful little girl. She has a beautiful smile, but in the eyes you can see it's not there. Then there's Brandon. Now Brandon, with him it was a little bit more difficult because he was an angry child because his mother had, was gone when he was born, and he had known me pretty much all his life as his mother. And so he had some anger in him because of certain issues, and we were dealing with that, but he was still a happy little boy. And he was coping with everything really great, and we all showed him our love and whatnot, as we did with all of them. And of course, when Children and Families comes along, the anger sets back in again after we were, making improvements with him. So then he had an angry outlook on life again, and from what I can see with, the way things are going, it's getting worse. His anger is looking really bad. He's getting a little bit more violent and whatnot, which he, wasn't really that bad of a boy before. He'd sort of like to cuddle and and play with you, and he's always trying to improve himself by trying to teach himself certain things. And then there's Justin. Now, Justin was same as James. He was always with a happy smile on his face. Couldn't break that smile off of his face. If he tried, he was always there. Could never get angry with him because he did something stupid or whatever, because he had that smile on his face. It just, and he's always ready for the hugs and kisses and whatnot. And then of course Children and Families comes along and then placed him in a home that of course abused him and whatnot, which he had never been abused before. And the smile started disappearing off his face, and he started getting a terrified look on his face. And as the time went by, the smile, of course, is totally gone. I don't think he's ever smiled since they've had him. And he's turned into an extremely violent boy from what I'm hearing. And he was never like that before. Never, ever violent at all. So, from what I'm seeing is that the kids are getting worse than they are better.
Yet the ministry says that they have the best interests of the children at heart. How do you feel about that?
Yes, I can see that the children are very well cared for by these people. Best interest, yeah. That's their best interest. I'd hate to see what their worst is.